CEL, Communications and Entertainment Limited.
Hello, welcome to another fine film in the Bill Collins movie collection. This is one of the great British classics, a film version of Bernard Shaw's play Pygmalion. He didn't like films being made of his plays, but the man who talked him into having a film of Pygmalion was a producer named Gabriel Pascal. The two men hit it off incredibly well, and Bernard Shaw left him and the directors, Anthony Asquith and Leslie Howard, much to their own devices in the making of the film. The film is wonderful. Leslie Howard plays Professor Henry Higgins. Bernard Shaw said, "I don't want him in the film because the public will like him and probably want him to marry Eliza, which is just what I don't want." Wendy Hiller had been seen in a play on the West End of London by Bernard Shaw. He wanted her as Eliza, and after he saw the film, he said to her, "Wendy, you've nearly wiped my old play off the map." He was so impressed. The cast is wonderful. Colonel Pickering is played by Scott Sunderland. You'll love him. And someone of special note, Australian actress Mari Lower as Mrs. Higgins. Watch out for Leo Jen in the cast in a small but important bit. And for now, I hope you'll enjoy Bernard Shaw's Pygmalion. Such a wonderful film. I hope you've enjoyed Pygmalion, and may I suggest you see it again as soon as possible. The film grows and glows so strongly in the imagination with every viewing. I mentioned Leo Jen when I introduced the film. There's Leo Jen standing at the right-hand side of this still. Leo Jen, of course, is the man who dances with Wendy Hiller at the Embassy Ball. I think the cast is wonderful. And have you noticed now that the musical My Fair Lady, both for stage and screen, is closer in its romantic spirit, in its narrative, and in a lot of its dialogue to the film Pygmalion than it is to the original play by Bernard Shaw. If you'd like to know more about Pygmalion and perhaps venture into some discussion about the characterization and the plot, why don't you write to me, care of your nearest CEL office, and I'll have a study guide to Pygmalion sent to you with our compliments. I'd like to mention before I go 3 other fine attractions from the Bill Collins movie collection. I urge you not to miss Julius Caesar. Marlon Brando, James Mason, John Gielgud, Louis Calhern, Edmund O'Brien, Greer Garston, Deborah Carr, Michael Pate and George Macready, with music by Nicholas Rocha. It's a wonderful film, some say one of the best films of any of the plays of William Shakespeare. Secondly, Claire Booth's wonderful play, The Women, on the screen with Norma Shearer, Joan Crawford, Rosalind Russell, and an exciting supporting cast, with an amazing sequence in colour by Technicolor. And finally, we have Broadway Melody of 1938. Robert Taylor, Eleanor Powell, George Murphy, Binnie Barnes, a wonderful cast, including the red-hot mama herself, Sophie Tucker, and Judy Garland in her first MGM feature. It's delightful. And here are some of the great titles from the Bill Collins movie collection. The magnificent musical, The Great Waltz, the drama, I'll Be Seeing You, the fabulous Lassie Come Home from Eric Knight's novel, Since You Went Away, a beautiful drama with Claudette Colbert, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof from Tennessee Williams, The Garden of Allah, a beautiful romance, Grand Hotel with Greta Garbo and Joan Crawford, and Mutiny on the Bounty with Charles Lawton and Clark Gable.
CEL, Communications and Entertainment Limited.